the cloud. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Maria Williams, Pro 9 in LifeVantage, and excited for our Sunday night training here. We do this training weekly, unless it's a holiday going on or we have an event. So we're gonna start off today talking about the March Madness, going over this promotion that just got launched a couple of days ago, March 1st. So I was going to create a PowerPoint, use a couple of PowerPoints that I saw out there, but I said no. I'm going to show you guys how to find the information in your website because it's all there, and you have to start learning how to find this information and how to read it and understand it. So I thought that was going to be much better because then everyone can learn how to go there and how to find where these things are. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. And so I've already gone to my website. And one thing that's important when you get a new distributor, one of the first things you should do is find their website. Go to their website and show them what the website looks like and how to log into the back office. So our websites are our first and last names with no spaces in between. So you can see up here, mariawilliams.lifevantage.com. Very simple. You should go there and make sure that you can find your distributor's website. So, because people are excited and they start talking to people and then they don't even know how to enroll them. So show them how to find their website, show them how to enroll someone, show them how to log into the back office and start looking at things in the back office, because there's a library full of information. But I digress here. This is one of my pet peeves when people can't find their websites. And so then when you get to the main page of your website, here's the information on the new shampoos. Whatever's new is always up there. If you log down, we have these boxes here. Look, March Madness promo, ready for $5,000. Right there. If you're looking for one of the other promotions, you go to company and you go to promotions. So let's just review this so everybody knows. We have the March Madness going on. We have the Ireland incentive trips, the physique body transformation, the Pace Setter program, and the Ascend to Influencer. So we've got a lot of promotions going on here. We've got a lot of excitement, a lot of ways besides the 40% commission you get on new distributors. There's a lot of different ways here to help your distributors make even more money on top of the 40% commission that we get. So that's really, really cool and exciting. So let's go to the March Madness here. So clicking here or on the box where I was before, it's the same thing. So important, under company, click on it, promotions are all there. Okay, somebody's unmuted themselves. Mute yourselves, please. So if we go here, March Madness, it starts talking about the promotion. So the big prize with this March Madness is going to be first place will be $5,000. Oh, please mute yourself because now I don't think I can get to it. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can. Sorry, I'll have to keep stopping and muting everyone. So first prize is $5,000. Second prize is $4,000. Third prize, $3,500. Fourth place is $3,000. And the consolation winner is $2,500. But that's not all. There's other ways for you to make money. So let's look at how does this all work. So it has here, we're gonna run this like the March Madness, for basketball, the brackets. But how do you earn points? So you earn points by selling either a silver pack to a distributor, half a point. A gold pack is 1 point. If you upgrade from gold to platinum, that's 1 point. If you upgrade from silver to platinum, that's 1.5 points, and a platinum pack is 2 points. So every time that you sell a pack, 1 point will give you $25. So on top of the 40% commission, so a platinum pack, for example, is 1,000 points. You get 40% commission if you have 200 personal volume or more. So that's $400. That's 2 points. So that'll give you another $50. So $450. Gold packs are 1 point. So if you sell a gold pack, you get $25. If you sell a silver pack, it's only half a point. So you have to sell a second silver pack or upgrade that silver pack to a platinum, and then you get 1.5 points plus that half points. There's your 2 points. And then you'd get the $50. So that's how you get weekly the $25 per point. Hopefully that's really clear, really simple. And see how it's all here, and you can print this out. You can print this out, you can email this to people, you can text it to people, you can text this link to them even through the phone, really simple. So how do the weekly brackets work though? Let me move this out of the way so I can see it. Okay, weekly brackets. So what happens on week 1, they're going to look at all the distributors that have sold, and they're going to take the top 50% of point earners, and they're going to put them into, those will now move on. So let's say we have 100 participants, the top 50% will move on to week 2 for the bracket, right? You can continue to earn the $25 per point, but the top 50% earners now will move on to week 2. And then the other half of that will move down to the consolation bracket. So we're going to have 2 brackets going on, the top 50 and then the consolation bracket going on. Then on week 2, the top 16 point earners now will move on to week 3. And then if you're in the consolation bracket, the top point earner at that one moves on to the consolation bracket also. I'm going back and just reading this about the consolation bracket because I do not want to mess it up. If you don't end up in this group, you'll still have a chance to win some cash, right? The other half, all the half of the participants now move on to the consolation bracket. Week 2, if you don't end up in the top 16, whoever is left from that was the top 50, now they're in the consolation bracket. And then week 3, we take, now it's the Sweet 16, right? Just like when we play, March, the brackets for basketball. So now as they're earning their points, you're gonna tally that up from week 1, week 2, and week 3. So whatever you earn in week 3, now that tallies all up. And then the top 4 point earners will move on to week 4, the final week. All the other participants now go into the consolation bracket. So if you move out of the main bracket, you keep going into the consolation bracket. And then on week 4, we'll see the top final 4, right? So the top earner of that week will get let me go back up here, will get the $5,000 first place, or out of that last week. The top earner will get $5,000, second place $4,000, third place $3,500, fourth place $3,000, and then the consolation winner from the other bracket, the top earner there will get $2,500. So as the weeks go on, they're adding these up from week to week to week. So they're tallying it all up. So if you have a bad week, you can come back on the second or the third week and do even better. So hopefully that's clear to everyone and where to get it. For what's in it for new distributors that sign up, they save $50 on the starter kit. So the starter kit will be free all through March. So all they're getting is the packs. They're getting all product in the packs, plus the gold and the platinum have 1 ticket to our next event, which will be in July in Kansas City. Will be our 10th year anniversary for our conference. That's going to be a really big deal. And you want to get all your distributors there. And One thing that when I go to our guest speaker tonight, she's really going to talk about how events have changed her life and what really got her going on this. So this is perfect timing on kind of roll this all back in. So look through the terms and conditions here. This promotion is only available for distributors who sell a pack to a new distributor. So the new distributor gets the starter kit for free. So they're saving $50 and the distributors are getting 25 plus being in the bracket. Distributorship must be in good standing to participate. To be eligible for the promotion is all the countries that are eligible are US, Canada, Mexico, and Australia. A sponsor may not pay for the new distributor pack, so you can't be paying for someone to get on this to earn this bonus. You really want to use this to create excitement, to talk to lots and lots of people, invite lots and lots of people to look at this information and look for the people that are looking, right? Let people end up where they want to end up, whether they want to be a customer or a distributor. But with these packs, there is a 20% saving, so always much better to get the distributor pack if people are serious about building this business because of the savings that you get, an average of around 20% savings you're going to get from the pack instead of buying the products individually. And then the points will not be awarded for returned orders. So if somebody returns an order, though you won't get that point. Points will be calculated at the close of March, and then it's going to be paid out in April. In the event of a tie, we'll use time and date stamp. Wow, I didn't even think of that. There could possibly be a tie where someone enrolled, but they know exactly the time and the date when somebody enrolled. Only full points will be paid out. So if you enroll a silver pack and you don't get another silver pack, then you end up with 1.5 points. The 1 point counts. It doesn't roll up. The company has a right to make any changes, modify anything. And so if they find sometimes people find little loopholes in these things, we can't think of everything. So if they do, the company, has to adjust that to make it fair to everyone. LifeVantage reserves the right to make any changes. Eligible participants certify knowledge that they don't have any claims tied to other promotions, and no substitute will be rewarded if the winners do not redeem. No substitute. Oh, if the winners do not redeem. So I guess the winners don't collect, they won't get any substitutes. So I hope that helps you understand this new March Madness. I mean, this is really, really exciting. March typically is one of our biggest months that we have in our company. Just the way it works out. People come off of the holidays, right? And they're excited to build. They're looking for changes in their lives. And March always is a great month. And with this bonus, this, promo on top of already what we get, I think, March is going to be huge, huge, huge. February with, a short month was already a big month. And I think with these promotions helping you to talk to people, to share what we have our hands with people will be an amazing month if you just work it, right? If you just go out there and talk to people. So now I want you all to meet our latest Pro 7, Carrie Christie from Australia. Carrie, you probably want to unmute yourself. So Carrie is American. She was born in Ohio, and she had a passion for dancing and decided to go dance on a Disney cruise. And I can just picture you you'll have to tell us, were you Cinderella, Snow White? What were you on the Disney cruise, Carrie?
I was on the ship. I was the ship Cinderella, and then when I went to Tokyo over there and performed over there, and I was Sleeping Beauty and Snow White in the show as well as Cinderella too. Yeah, just so fun.
So her husband is from Australia. So how did you meet Chad?
Well, one of the ladies that when I worked in Japan, one of the ladies in my show over there, she knew Chad, and long story short, she set us up. I flew over here and met him after my contract, and the rest is history.
Wow, yes. And you've been married now how long? How many years?
Oh, how long? 13.
13. And 4 children. Ages of your children, what are their ages?
So youngest is 1, little guy, and then we have Jenna, who is 6, almost 7, Kaylee, who just turned 9, and Gracie, who's 11.
Mm-hmm. So you're living in Australia, and well, so tell us, how did you find out about Pretandem? So that was 7 years ago. So one of the things about Carrie, she got on Pretandem 7 years ago. She did nothing for 2 years, and we won't get into yet how she decided to do the business. But I want to stress that sometimes people come in as a customer, and they're just not ready, right? Even though you may see that they have potential, they just may not be ready. But we always say, just let people be where they're comfortable and wait for their timing. Wait for their life to change or a need to come up, or we call it their high noon, right? When the time is right for them, and at least you've presented the opportunity to them. Just wait till they see it and just stay connected with people, right? So let's go back to the beginning. So how'd you find out about Pretandem?
Okay, so mom, 7 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And we know we can't claim to treat, prevent, cure, mitigate disease in any way, but we know the body is miraculous when given the right tools. And we didn't even know. So Amy, she might be on this call right now. Amy Hillis she met my dad through my auntie. And so she didn't even know my family personally until then, when she met my dad. And she had just learned recently, I believe, about nerve 2 activation. And she stepped out of her comfort zone and shared with my dad for my mom. Now, at this time, mom was probably only a week or 2 away from passing. So for me, I was skeptical. I just went in one ear and out the other, because I thought, we've already tried so much for my mom. We tried so much for her. And she was so close to passing. I didn't think twice about it. But my dad, incredible man with so much hope, and he did the research, and he got my mom on it. And we saw a breath of life just come back into my mom in the biggest of ways. So my belief in the product went sky high straight away. And we got my whole family on it. I felt the difference. My daughter, who's on the spectrum, we had incredible results with her. But yeah, I hadn't delved into the business at all, but my belief was there in the products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And that's just beautiful. I mean, we know that your mom, several months later, passed away, but you had the time to share with her, see her feeling so much better, and spend that quality time with her. It was her gift that she left to you before she left. Oh my God, I get all teary. I know we both cry every time we hear the story and tell the story. Let me just get my bearings here. You usually cry more than me. I don't know why I'm so emotional. So then you're on the product now for 2 years. No interest in this business. You've never done network marketing before. You've got three beautiful daughters at the time. You're a stay-at-home mom, busy with your kids. No interest in this business. So 2 years just on the product. So you knew the product was helping. You love the product. What made you change your mind and really get active in the business?
Yep. And during that time, I did share organically, with people. My heart was already doing, the work. But yeah, I said, no business. But Dad heard that they were having the first event over here in Australia. He had never left the country ever before. But when Mom passed away, he booked his first flights out, and he had stayed with us for a month or 2, something like that. So he had just been across, flew back home, and then I got a call from him, and he said, I booked flights and I'm coming back, like in another 2 or 3 weeks it was. And I was like, what? I thought he must have loved it over here. But, and he did. But he told me, they're having the first event and I want to take you. And in all honesty, I didn't want to go. I didn't have any desire to go to the event. But Fathers know best. And of course, when he flew all the way over here, I went with him. And, you know, I sat through that event. I still remember my arms were crossed and I was listening to everything and enjoying what I was hearing. But my mind was saying, no, 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 not for you. You couldn't do this. You know, look at those people on stage. But my heart also was going, I wish I had the confidence. I wish I could, you know, be these people and do something like this. And then the last speaker was Pro 10 Marcel Niederhauser. And he spoke about, he put up a list of qualities or qualities of leaders and qualities of followers. And when I saw that list, that hit me in the heart so much, because not that I ticked off all the followers lists, but I realized, wow, you're way more of a follower than you're a leader. But my heart had always desired to be more of a leader. And for years I had been just wondering, you know, how can I grow as a person? Because I had these 3 beautiful daughters at the time. And I knew that I wanted them to have self-worth. I wanted them to love themselves, to have self-confidence. And I knew I had to be that example. So it's so hard to put into words, but I'm sure there's many people on this call that can understand what I say. When I felt it at that event. I knew in that moment that I left there knowing that I was supposed to jump into this with 2 feet. I didn't know how, I didn't know why, I didn't understand anything, but I felt it. And that's what I did. I knew it. So events are so powerful. Imagine if my dad hadn't, you know, stayed the course and I mean, he sacrificed so much to come right back here to Australia and to take me to this event. And I just think if all those things hadn't happened, and look at, you know, in our lives as we're sharing with people, you know, if we give up on somebody, we're giving up on the potential to totally change the course of their life, which is what this has done for me. So I owe so much to my dad, to Amy, to my mom, and everybody that went before them too. So yeah.
So now you're in Australia and there's not a lot going on in Australia, and your upline is thousands and thousands of miles, right? We're all the way here in the US. How did you build this? I was trying to remember, like, I honestly can't even remember. I mean, because, you know, this was so much going on, but how did you do this with us all the way over here?
Yeah, well, so coming into network marketing and never having done it before, I didn't realize the incredible support that would, you know, come from your sponsors and your mentors and all of you. And you all supported us as much as you could, you know, thousands of miles away. But because I didn't have that knowledge already, when I stepped into this, I feel like my mindset helped me so much, because in my mind, I 100% took ownership of my business. I came to you all with so many questions, as I still do, and that support. But in my mind, I was like, this is my business. It's up to me. If I want this to work, I have to do the work, and nobody's gonna, I have to start doing the presentations. I have to start doing this. I have to talk to people. And I just took full ownership, and that my team took, they duplicated that. They were all the same. They took full ownership of their business, even though we worked really strong together. So I feel like the mindset was one big thing. But I remember, Maria, you said something to me in the beginning, and that was from Field of Dreams, that quote, "If you build it, they will come." And that was a defining moment for me. I was just like, I have to do these trading call things. I didn't even know what they were, but I knew I had to do them. I have to do these presentations that they're doing over there. And so I decided to, in that moment, that like I would never say no to an opportunity to step up and to speak in front of people, even though I'll tell you, it terrified me. It still scares me. Like, I was nervous to get on this call, but I just took it on every time because my why was just so much bigger, and it would pull me forward, so I never said no to an opportunity. My team and I, we sacrificed so much. I remember we didn't have events happening over here, but there was a Premier School. Is that what they were called back then?
Yep.
Yeah. There was one happening in Sydney, which is a whole plane flight away. And we flew there for the day. We flew in, got there in the morning, and flew home. There was an event because events weren't happening very much because there wasn't much going on. But I remember one on a weeknight that was at the Gold Coast, which was like a 2.5-hour drive. And we all went, we filled our cars with people. You know, we were so committed, and we made those sacrifices, and we just stepped up straight away, I guess, into being those leaders, because if we didn't do it, who else was going to do it? So.
Yep. And sometimes if you're in that situation, you want it, you go for it, you know, because I was trying to remember, we didn't even have Zoom back then. I don't even know how we communicated. Like, it's so funny. Thinking of it now, Zoom would have made it so much easier. Like, this technology today, literally you can build your business around the world and maybe never leave your house by using this technology, right? We use this for training. We use this to do presentations. It's just amazing. But we didn't have that back then. I think we used Skype maybe a little bit.
Yes.
Sent you the PowerPoint, and you just went out there and started talking about it. And I know you probably plugged in. That's why I always say plug into the system. You learn the story, right? Once you learn the story, like we tell stories all the time, story about this, story about that. This is a story we're telling. Once you learn the story, you just keep repeating the story and telling it over and over again. And then you found different people on your team that had different skill sets. Some people were great with computers. Now you guys have your own website, your own Australian website. You have so much. You do your own training calls. You do, you don't do the monthly premier schools or monthly trainings anymore. You do everything mostly online, right?
Yeah, we do. And that is a good point, like where you said, you know, the people on my team, like we work together. We know that we each have different strengths and different skills, and we utilize them, you know. Like, I have incredible people on my team that are just so good at things that I am terrible at. You know, and they make up, like we fill each other's weaknesses by utilizing each other's strengths, and we work together really tight. And it's just incredible what you can build in that way. And like you said too, just talking to people, you know, something came into my mind. In the beginning, I just remember going out and sharing my story. You know, I just shared my story with everybody, and that was always a gateway to being able to invite them to look at information. It was so natural. It was so simple. And we all have stories. We all have our own personal stories. And when you share that with people, they feel your heart. And, you know, any walls that might be built up, it just melts away, and they want to know more. They feel that passion and that excitement and how genuine you are through it. So. Yeah.
So for you guys, Carrie, you know, wanted to be a leader, but she did not believe in herself. We've had lots of calls along the way, but I saw this spark in this girl. I mean, I knew it's hard, you know, when we see people, and you probably see this, and as you meet distributors in your team, you see that they have it in them, that they have this genuine heart, and they can be an amazing leader. And I know that, you know, I've doubted myself, and, you know, you've doubted yourself, and you're all, I know, sending her love, because look at how amazing she is. You know, I have to tell you, Carrie, you deserve to be an Elite Pro 7. You are an elite. You have been an elite for a long time and a leader. Don't cry, because you're going to make me cry. Stop it. We're two crybabies here. It's just, we had a whole bunch of group texts going on with a bunch of leaders, and I kept saying, I feel like I'm giving birth to a new Pro 7. And that's what I love about this business is, you know, being a Pro 9, you guys all know what the income disclosure is and how much we're making, but I will tell you that I know the biggest reward is having someone else have success. So this isn't about me anymore in making more. This is about me helping others and to have their financial freedom, to be, you know, that shining light and that leader that they want to be. So I want you right now to talk to everyone that doesn't feel like they deserve it, doesn't feel like they're worthy of this, questions whether they should be doing this, because you've gone through it. So talk to them. What would you tell them?
that's where my ultimate passion is with this. Everything Maria said is spot on. I mean, that's what drove me to start this, was to become more. And I heard the quote at that event, you know, your business can only be as big as you are. So I used to think, wow, this is like a physical way to be able to determine, you know, where I am in the growth cycle. And that's what I just tell people, like, fall in love with self-improvement. If there's anybody on this call that does feel like that, like, no, I have felt like that so much. Even this month in hitting Pro 7, I had that full belief. And then about halfway through the month, you know, my mind started to talk into myself. And I remember thoughts going, oh, maybe you're not worthy of this. Maybe you don't deserve it. You know, that subconscious brain that just tries to hold us down. But if there's anybody on the call that feels like that, like, you are so worthy of this. Every single person is. Like, believe in yourself. The mind is the greatest thing that you have to overcome in order to progress and become more in this business. It's the mind. And that is where the beautiful changes come. That's where the stuff that's just unspoken of, but you feel, and that are a part of this business. And the changes in my life, as I have persevered and worked on, you know, changing the mind and believing in myself and learning to love myself, that's a ripple effect into my family, into my future grandchildren, and on my whole posterity, you know, and the whole team. When I see people come on board, like, and you guys will relate to this, you can see their potential. You can see them as that elite distributor or that Pro 10. And it has been it's the most beautiful thing, watching people grow. It's always stepping outside of your comfort zone. I felt nervous through this whole journey, and the times that I wasn't growing are the times that I wasn't stepping out of my comfort zone. Just make sure your why just has to be bigger than any of that. But you are worthy. You are deserving. There is not one person in this world who isn't worthy and deserving of having all of this. And Pro 7, it's just a number that reflects everything that has changed on the inside. And that is why this moment is so special to my family and I, because I know what we've been through to get here, and my team, you know, what they have been through, because this is a reflection of all of them. So yeah, believe in yourself faster. Do everything that you can to change your mind, you know, dig into those books, the courses, get a coach, just learn to love yourself. And everything in your outer world reflects that.
Wow. And that is so beautiful. I've seen your children embrace this business, celebrate with you. They were your cheerleaders, cheering you on to get to Pro 7. And you went through these years where your husband was skeptical. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. And he's come a long way. And seeing and I always say, look, when you've got a skeptical spouse, go make money. That will change their mind. You know, even with my husband, I mean, he loved the product, but he wasn't also sure about the business. And when I said I had to go to an event away, he was like, what? You're not even making money and you're going to this event because I just started? I'm like, yeah, this is part of the process. So it's all those things that you do that it transformed and has changed your life. So thank you so much, Carrie. You have blessed us and blessed so many people who feel exactly like you do, but you are proof with no experience, just believing in this and sharing from your heart, and just keep sharing until you found the right people in your organization. And your organization is huge. You actually, I think, ended the month at 125,000. 137,000. So yes, she's out of balance. She's had one strong leg. And I kept saying, when her belief in herself comes, the other legs will come and the other people will start to grow and see it. And now it's there. I mean, I think you're going to fly to Pro 8 because I think you've ignited your whole entire team to believe in themselves also, that this is absolutely positive. And being out of balance like that is not a bad deal. I know when I hit Pro 7, I had 150,000 in volume. because, you know, Dr. Mark Gordon and Pam Gordon were my strong legs, and they were, I mean, they hit Pro 7 before me. And I know you've got some people on your team running to Pro 7. And so they're going to come right behind you, and it's so exciting. So maybe, hopefully, we'll see you in Kansas City, our 10th year anniversary. They might ask you to speak, so get prepared for that. And at least you're going to come receive your award and your flowers. And so just put that in your mind that that may happen, that you have to come.
I'll put that out. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie, so much. Love you to pieces. Thank you, everyone. I hope you share this with people that doubt themselves. I know Carrie has been a blessing for all of you today. We are going to have, let me add one more thing before I forget. We're going to have global training Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 Mountain, 9 Central, and 10 Eastern time. I know for Australia, it's going to be in the wee hours of the morning, so we'll have it recorded for you, but you do your own training out there anyway. But for those of you, Saturday morning global training, we're growing so fast that, you know, I think it's important to have, and then we have LVA on the 3rd Saturday of the month, but it's important to have others in between. So get your team on. We have a great list of speakers. They will be Joanne Shira, Dr. Melody Rodardi, Tanya Sheldon, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. No, I can't draw a blank. John Brooks is going to host it, and I'll be on a piece of it also. So we're getting the team together to do this training. So thank you, everyone. We are so blessed tonight by you. I hope you feel like an elite Pro 7, because you are, girl.
I feel it when I see it written. I go, oh my goodness, it's real.
Yeah.
That was a dream. Yeah, it's amazing.
It takes a couple of months to feel it and to start walking with that posture, but you walk with that posture because you are an elite Pro 7, and because of you, so many others will see that they can do this also. So thank you, everyone, for being on, and have a blessed week, everyone. Good night.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you.